Hey guys, Sean here at the Gardener Center. So my video this week is going to be a bit of a follow-up to the one I did a couple weeks back when I talked about seed starting and a couple of different things as it pertained to starting seeds inside of your house. Truth be told, the main emphasis of that video, if you remember, it was I really wanted to discourage people from starting seeds indoors too soon. And I really wanted everyone to have a good understanding of our last frost date and how that related to your lead time as to when you should be starting your seeds. And I hope that most of you resisted the temptation to start your seeds indoors. The good news is there is a whole group of plants, both vegetables and flowers, that we don't have to worry about planting after our last frost, and now is the time to start them. So if you've been itching to get sowing seeds inside the house, stick around because I'm going to tell you which ones to start with. All right, guys, so we're a couple days away from March 1. You know, that puts us about 8 to 10 weeks out from our last frost date. So doors are starting to open now for starting different seeds. On the flower front, if you're going to be starting perennials indoors, now is the time to start thinking about getting your perennials going. Generally speaking, they take 6 to 10 weeks from the time you start them till the time you plant them out. They take a much longer time to get going than annuals and vegetables. So if you're doing perennials indoors, now's the time to go for them, for sure. On the vegetable front, you know, last time we talked about all those good summer vegetables, the tomatoes and the peppers and the cukes and the eggplants, all those ones that you have to wait till after our last frost to get outside. Can't start them inside too soon. The group of vegetables I'm going to talk about this week can be planted outside well before our last frost. So the first group I'm going to talk about, it's a big family of plants called the brassicas. This includes things like cabbage and kale, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, collard greens, all of the kids' favorites. Botanically speaking, are brassicas. That entire group of plants can be started now because those guys can be planted, again, you know, I love calendars, I love calendar dates. Those guys here, they should be set out, not really a holiday, but it's a day we all know, right around April 15th, which I think is an IRS thing. So, you know, keep that tax day in mind for your getting your broccolis and your cauliflowers, all those brassicas planted into the ground. Also, another one that people love are peas. Peas are another one that do really well in the cooler weather. My grandmother used to always say St. Patrick's Day for peas. I think St. Patrick's Day is a little too early where we are. I like April Fool's Day better, April 1st. And the peas are great because these you don't even have to start inside. These are, you know, they're peas, so the seeds are basically peas. And these guys you just stick right into the ground directly where you want to plant them, right around April 1st. If you want to heed my grandma's advice and maybe go from St. Patrick's Day to April 1st, you could try that too. Just watch the weather. You don't want to do it if it's going to be super cold, but if it's going to be like typical spring weather and the snow is gone and the ground is thawed out, you can go for that. All of these vegetables, the brassicas and the peas included, they're going to do best, you know, in daytime temperatures between like 65 and 80. Once we get into late May, early June, and the daytime temperatures start going above 80, they tend to peter out. So you want to get them in sooner, and they're going to really thrive, you know, during that weather that we get during April and May. They're really going to go to town. Another one that I did want to talk about is lettuce. You'll very often see lettuce offered early in the greenhouse, along with all those true cold crops like the cabbages and kales, all those brassicas. Lettuce is not nearly as cold tolerant as those other plants. Can you put lettuce out before our last frost? Absolutely, but I wouldn't push it too hard with the lettuce, because especially when it's young, if you do lettuce a late summer, fall crop of lettuce, and it has time to grow and mature before we get frosty nights, it's fine. But putting little baby lettuce seedlings out, and then we get a couple of freezes, they're just toasted. So, you know, the lettuce, you know, we usually wait till around May. I like to wait till around May 1st to put the lettuce out in the garden. And the other nice thing about lettuce is, what's really cool about it is you can plant the lettuce and then plant your tomatoes and your eggplants and your peppers amongst it, in the garden, in the ground, or in raised beds. And then as those plants grow and mature as we go into the summer, they shade your lettuce, and it'll actually produce and provide you further crops on into the summer, as opposed to just melting away. So it's go time for our cold season vegetables, and any perennials you're growing indoors. So get at it and enjoy. And guys, one more thing before I go. If you're planning on buying seeds this year and starting seeds and you didn't get them yet, don't wait too long. Last year, while everyone was stuck at home all spring, there was an unprecedented demand for seeds throughout the country and, truth be told, throughout the world. And most seed suppliers ended up selling a lot of the seeds they had allocated for this year last year to meet the demand that was happening last year. They are in very short supply this year, so wherever you buy them from, whether it's from us or online or another retailer, don't wait till we get those first couple of 60-degree days in March, because then everybody else is going to think the same thing, and those seeds are going to be gone real quick. So if you're thinking about getting them, get them soon, and I'll see you all next time.